Our emotions play a significant role in determining our decisions and level of enjoyment. However, what if we could learn to regulate our emotions rather than allowing them to rule us? The ancient philosophy of Stoicism, which shows us how to attain harmony and clarity in our inner lives, aims to do this. We'll look at 5 Stoic teachings in this video that can improve your emotional health. Please remember to subscribe and follow us on our journey towards self-improvement if you find value in these thoughts. First lesson: concentrate on what you can control. Imagine that as you are outside strolling, an unexpected downpour occurs. No matter how much you want it to stop or how much you complain, you cannot alter the weather. The rain is not something you can control. It is an external event. However, you are in charge of how you respond to it. You have 3 options: seek cover, carry on strolling and enjoy the rain, or even dance in it. It is up to you to decide on that course of action. Likewise, consider yourself caught in a traffic bottleneck on your way to a crucial meeting. No matter how upset or nervous you become, you cannot make the automobiles vanish. However, you have power over how you react to the circumstance. You can take this time to mentally rehearse your presentation, listen to a podcast, or just take deep breaths and maintain your composure. The idea that we are only in charge of our own thoughts and deeds and not the outside world is one of the basic ideas of Stoicism. A well-known Stoic philosopher once observed that instead of worrying about circumstances beyond our control, we should pay attention to how we handle them. For instance, we are powerless to stop inclement weather, the opinions of others, or unforeseen issues. However, we have a choice in how we respond to them, calmly, patiently, or bravely. Thus, consider this the next time you encounter a difficulty. Is this something I can control? If not, focus on your attitude and actions instead of wasting your energy on it. Never forget that although you cannot control the wind, you can always alter your sails. Second lesson: feelings are outside of us. Stoicism also teaches us that feelings are effects of outside circumstances rather than a fundamental aspect of who we are. Picture yourself relaxing by a serene lake and observing various leaves drifting across the surface of the water. Joy, rage, sadness, and love are the emotions that each leaf symbolizes. You take note of every leaf, study its hue and form, and then release it. Like the leaves, emotions come and go but never truly define a person. For example, you may feel wounded or angry if you argue with a friend. However, these emotions are merely passing thoughts in your head. They are not everlasting. Allowing them to control your thoughts could result in behaviors you come to regret later. Stoicism advises you to separate yourself from your feelings instead. Recognize them without becoming paralyzed by them. Emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once stated, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." When you acknowledge this, you'll find resilience. Stoicism helps us recognize that emotions are a part of our own movies, and that we can choose how to view them without letting them control us if we heed this guidance. Thus, visualize the emotion as a leaf on a lake the next time you sense it rising inside of you. Examine it, take lessons from it, but never forget that no matter how many leaves fall, you are the steady, resilient river beneath. Thought and pause. Before you act. Lesson 3. There are many occasions in life that test our ability to remain composed and patient. Strong emotions can be triggered by a little mishap, a snarky comment from a stranger, or even a harsh email from a coworker. These emotions have the power to cause us to act impulsively, which can occasionally result in poor choices. The practice of Stoicism shows us that pausing is a very effective way to prevent this. The interval between an incident and our reaction is known as a pause. Consider the consequences of unintentionally spilling a glass of water. Naturally, you could get irritated and perhaps start blaming yourself for your own clumsiness. But the story can be altered if you stop and consider it for a moment. Rather than getting upset, you may tidy up coolly, understanding that it was only a little incident. Although this alteration may not seem significant, Our level of overall contentment and peace is determined by the accumulation of these moments. We are not disturbed by things, but by the views we take of them, remarked the Stoic philosopher Epictetus. This insight demonstrates the importance of perspective. Events have an impact on our reactions, but so does our interpretation of them. We give ourselves the chance to make a decision that aligns with our values and long-term well-being when we can form the habit of pausing, even for a few moments, to consider our options before acting. To put it briefly, Stoicism urges us to react carefully rather than hastily. Whatever the circumstances, there is always room for introspection. By making use of this pause power, we may face life's obstacles with greater knowledge, calmness, and clarity. Fourth lesson, visualize the worst-case situations. While considering potential issues may seem like a pessimistic thing to undertake, Stoicism advises that thinking about them need not be depressing. It helps us to live in the moment and get ready for the future. Just picture the pure joy of hanging out with your loved ones or close pals. It does not make you depressed to pause and consider how uncertain life is and how quickly things can change. Instead, it increases your appreciation for each joke, each conversation, and each instant. You begin to value each moment more and more. There is something unique to recall from every encounter. Seneca, a renowned proponent of Stoicism, once stated, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This concept illustrates why it can be beneficial to consider future challenges. Challenges become less terrifying when we visualize them, and we develop the ability to face them fearlessly. In this manner, we lessen the suffering that potential problems can create, in addition to being ready for them. Although there are many unknowns and surprises in life, we can better handle whatever comes our way if we plan beforehand and mentally prepare ourselves. Stoicism shows us how to see the good in any circumstance. This way of thinking enables us to relish each moment and deal calmly with life's obstacles. Lesson 5. Prioritize virtue above all elements. We are frequently enticed by transient pleasures and quick gratification in life. These could first appear fulfilling, but they don't last very long. The pursuit of virtue is what truly important, and Stoicism helps us to keep that in mind. Consider the distinction between assisting someone in need and purchasing a new device that temporarily brings you joy. The device will quickly become less appealing when newer models are released or you grow tired of it. Helping others out of a sense of duty can bring you long-lasting enjoyment and a strong sense of purpose, like leaving a legacy rather than creating a big impression. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and emperor, once said, "The quality of your thoughts determines the happiness of your life." This implies that we enhance our thoughts, deeds, and lives when we select virtue and moral excellence. We arrive at a degree of fulfillment and significance that transient joys cannot match. Our pursuit of virtue helps us navigate life's challenges by forming our character, bolstering our resilience, and illuminating our path. Real happiness is not derived from accomplishments or objects outside of oneself. Stoicism serves as a helpful reminder that cultivating virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance leads to true fulfillment and meaning. By fostering these, we improve our own health and have a beneficial influence on the environment. Leave a meaningful and honest legacy. Emotions are a vital component of life, since they give our experiences more nuance, complexity, and dimension. However, we shouldn't allow them to dictate our course or govern us. Stoicism provides us with useful tools to help us remember that we have a strong foundation of wisdom, virtue, and inner power inside us, even when everything around us change. Remember that every feeling, difficulty, and happy moment you have in the future is an opportunity. These chances promote development, education, and a stronger dedication to moral behavior. Make the principles of Stoicism your compass to lead a life that is meaningful, deep, and characterized by unwavering inner peace. You are capable of not just surviving but thriving. Let the wisdom of old philosophy be your beacon as you bravely face the world. This brings this film to a close, and if you stuck with me through the whole thing, then you are really amazing. Please think about subscribing to see more articles like this one. I'm excited to watch you in the upcoming video. I'm going to miss you.